Hello everybody, my name is Luis Garcia and this is the Slate Clap with another movie review, and today we have the first entry of the countdown of James Bond movies, Dr. No. In this first adventure, James Bond is going for a simple inspection to paradisiacal Jamaica, just for a simple job so he can return to normal service. But from the beginning he noticed that there is something that does not fit. It might be the amount of attention, the endless murder attempts, the fanatic behavior of the perpetrators, or the overvalued power of privacy. 007 will follow the clues, getting in trouble, revealing the mysteries, saving the girl, killing the bad guy, looking cool, getting a shower, and fighting a dragon. Ian Fleming created a character that everybody could fantasize with, men or women, to be or to be with. The perfect escape. Harry Saltzman and Albert Broccoli with Eon Everything or Nothing Productions made it possible with a budget of $1 million. Yeah, you heard that right, $1 million. Refined, mysterious, and irresistible, James Bond is introduced in the motion pictures in 1962. The character was widely recognized due to the success of Ian Fleming's book series that at the time had 10 published titles. For legal reasons, they could not use Casino Royale, the latest release, or Thunderbolt, the latest publish. And with the budgetary restrictions, they decided to go to the novel with the least amount of travel locations and the biggest impact on character introduction. This was as well the jump to superstar status of Sean Connery, who at the time had participated in few films, theater, and Mr. Universe bodybuilding competition. But Mr. Connery was made for this character, with a raw appeal, mysterious, sophisticated, and lethal. Having said that, Connery was a diamond in the rough. And it was director Terence Young, who many said he was the real James Bond, who shaped the character and gave Connery the movement, the sophistication, the look. To complement the strong male presence in the film is the participation of Swedish actress Ursula Andress, with the iconic scene of the introduction of Honey Rider. Interesting to mention is that for this character the production team decided that to soften the accent they would use Nikki van der Zyl to double the voice, and she contributed as voice actress in the first 10 Bond films. But there is no Bond movie without a villain. French-Canadian Joseph Wiseman interprets Dr. No with the eccentricity, malevolence, and predictability that will become a signature of the adversaries in the franchise. But let's get to the substance. It's impossible for me to review the film turning away from its importance as a landmark for the beginning of the most successful franchise in the history of film. Dr. No has its own place in history, maybe not as the best movie ever, but try to imagine what would be Bond without the iconic introduction, or the scene, or the theme song, or the psychedelic introductions, the fast cut action scenes, or the one-phrase sarcastic lines, and Spectre, all originally introduced in this movie. But Dr. No could have been more. In many parts of the story, I felt the essence of Fleming characters diluted into making this film more attractive. For instance, Honeychild, portrayed in the novel as a wild woman growing up in an abandoned house, survival of multiple abuse and bearing the scars of the battle. She is no woman that needs to be rescued. It was sad to see that in this production the character was used as a publicity stunt, but don't get me wrong, I love Honey, and I wish the introduction scene was more like in the book, but Honeychild would have been a more contrasting complement and not just a trophy girl. Then we have Dr. Julius No, that in the novel is a German-Chinese scientist, way more mysterious, way more intriguing and manipulative. I was really disappointed in how they scrapped the tension of the introduction of Dr. No and just presented it in a very casual way. And because of the racial connection of this character with other parts of the novel, I think it's needed to be applauded, the decision to leave the distinct racial tone of the book. Considering the plot, it was clear that to make a twist and make this film more politically relevant, a missile crisis was necessary. I am accepting the change in the story, the involvement of the CIA, and a couple of changes that in my opinion gave this movie a taste of its own, an adaptation work. Having said that, I kept the nostalgia of the obstacle course, and a try was made, but you can judge for yourself if it was successful or not. Spoiler alert, the first Bond gadget was a baby powder. In this movie you can see that it's more the use of ingenuity than the raw power which wins the war, and in a way that was Fleming's vision on how to outsmart the enemy, play the game in a dangerous way, confident, always with a trick or two up your sleeve. There is little change in that game when it goes to politics and international conflict, I can tell that firsthand. Dr. No is a 60s film, and for someone with little knowledge of contemporary films like me, it's an exercise, but if you want to enjoy the movie as much as I did, get as much information as you can. Read the book, check the story of the writer. For that, I can recommend BBC's miniseries Fleming, available on Netflix, and get immersed in the story. If you buy or rent the Blu-ray, check all the special features first. Travel to the time it was released. Become part of the audience that followed this book series for almost 10 years. Then you will see it in a different way. And here I would like to mention that lower digital images made a fantastic job restoring the picture. It made it easier for your eyes to concentrate in the film instead of the hair or the scratch of the glare. Finally, this film made a decisive turn in the story of James Bond, which was later reproduced in the books. And no, it's not the Scottish family background. It's the introduction of the Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge and Extortion Spectre, instead of the political enemy of the time, reflected in the novel. This gave the film a more fictional tonality, but at the same time opened the spectrum for more extraordinary adventures, not limited to the political interest. Thank you very much for your time once more. I hope you enjoyed this review. There is many to come in this James Bond franchise. If you have any different opinion or if you think that there is any element missing, please comment down below. I will try to include it in my next Bond review. Please check other reviews in my channel and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.